Today we're going to be talking about converting units of weight. So when I'm talking about weight, I'm talking about a ton, and that equals 2,000 pounds. And I'm talking about 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Now, from the last video that we talked about fluid ounces. Those are different from regular ounces. A fluid ounce is a liquid. It needs a shape to tell it how much of it there is. So it needs to be in a container like a water bottle or a box of broth or a can of soup. It needs something to tell it how much of it there is, because that's how much that container will hold. With a regular ounce, or if you bake, we call it a dry ounce, this doesn't need a container. It would be helpful, but it doesn't need one because you can use this to measure solid items. So typically things that are measured in pounds and ounces are like newborn babies, or in ounces you may have newborn animals like dogs, cats, birds, mice. Small animals like that may be measured in ounces when they're born. So let's look at 3 through 8. Again, remember, when I'm going from big to little, I multiply. But when I'm going from little to big, I have to divide. So 2,000 pounds equals blank tons. Pounds, is that bigger or smaller than tons? You're right, it's smaller. So I'm going to say 2,000 pounds divided by, how many pounds make a ton? What does the chart say? Yes, 2,000. 2,000 divided by 2,000, 1. Number 4, 48 ounces equals how many pounds? So ounces, pounds. Am I going from big to little or little to big? Yes. I'm going from a small unit to a larger unit. So 48. How many ounces does it take to make a pound? Yes, 16. So I'm going to count by 16s. 16 plus 16. Yeah, it's 32. 32 plus 16. Yep. So my answer is 3. 6,500 pounds equals blank tons. Am I going from little to big or big to little? Yes, little to big. So again, I'm going to divide 6,000, but I'm going to break 6,500 up. So I'm going to say 6,000 divided by 2,000 plus 500 divided by 2,000. Because I know a trick when I can divide my hundreds and thousands. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. So 6,000 divided by 2,000. I know that my thousands cancel each other out. So 6 divided by 2 is? Yes, it's 3. Now, 500 divided by 2,000. I'm going to work over here in my blank space. I know that from dividing fractions, I can say 500 divided by 2,000, and I can make it look like a fraction as well. What I'm going to do is, for each 0 that 500 has, I'm going to take a 0 away from 2,000. Because when I do this, I'm taking away a 10. So I'm out of zeros. I have to stop. So 5/20. Can 5/20 reduce down? Yes, it can. What number can 5 and 20 both divide by? Oh, you are so smart. They both divide by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is, yes, 4. So 6,500 pounds equals 3 and 1/4 ton. Number 6, 1/2 pound equals blank ounces. Am I going from big to little or from little to big? You're right, I'm going from big to little, so I'm going to multiply. So 1/2 times, how many ounces does it take to make a pound? Yes, 16 equals 16 halves. Now, I can say this in a different way. I can say 16 divided by 2 equals, oh, you are just too smart. It is 8. All right, let's look at these last two. In this, I'm going to compare. So when I'm comparing different units, I'm going to try and make my biggest unit equal into my smallest unit. So between tons and pounds, tons is my biggest unit. So 2 tons times, how many pounds does it take to make a ton? Yeah, 2,000. So 2 times 2,000 equals 4,000. Now, 4,000, is that greater than, less than, or equal to 45,000? You are correct. It is less than. 4 pounds, greater than, less than, or equal to 64 ounces. Let's change pounds to ounces. So 4 times, how many ounces does it take to make a pound? Yes, 16. So 4 times 6 is 24. Put the 4, carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So 64 ounces, yes, is equal to 64 ounces. I hope this has helped, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.